Hey guys, and welcome back to the Nerd House. I am Fantasy Nerd. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. It is Saturday morning. Another episode of NerdTalk, of course. Today's episode is going to be really cool. We're going to be talking about tabletop games, Funko Pops, obviously, and of course the rundown for comics. Before we can get started, we have to shout out the greatest drink ever made. So everyone knows that everyone agrees. Saturday morning, right now at this time, Monster Energy, greatest energy drink ever made, quite possibly the greatest drink out of all drinks ever made. If anyone tells you different, do not associate yourself with those people. You are better than that. You do not need that negativity in your life. And if anyone tells you that Red Bull or G Fuel is better than Monster, I give you permission to smack that person. Because we all know that Monster is and always will be the greatest energy drink ever put on God's beautiful earth. This is perfection. I got my 2 cans down there, and I got this one. Now this one is Juice Monster. I have not tried this one yet, so we're going to try it for the first time. Let's see what's good. Alright, not bad. Kind of tastes like cream soda. Like the, what do you call it? That orange cream one. But I like it. So yeah, chaotic, very good. Alright, so let's get to it. So happy Saturday. Thank you guys for watching. Before we jump into this, so we got this video today. Then right after this video, I'll be doing an unboxing for the Loot Crate Elder Scrolls box. The signed Funko mystery boxes from Undiscovered Realms. My order shipped, but the ones that I bought myself that I gotta pick up, I gotta give them a call today, see if they're ready. Hopefully they will be. If they are, I'll either do that video tonight or I'll do that video tomorrow. And then also, I will be streaming today. Let's see, it's 10:34. We'll say around 1 o'clock. Because I gotta run out to Best Buy, trying to find a video card. The one I'm using is not cutting it. The GeForce, I'm using an older one. I think it's 1060. And yeah, with Call of Duty, it's not doing its job. The multiplayer is fine. The campaign is where it's acting up. So I need to upgrade that. I was told 2070 is anything that and higher. But they're hard to find. And those that are selling it online are jacking the price up ridiculous. So, we'll see what happens. But alright, let's get into this. Alright, so tabletop games. What are tabletop games? So, tabletop games are battles that you use miniatures to represent your sides. And then you would play, let's say, on a table like this. And you'll have an army. Your opponent will have an army. Take a battlefield, take a table like this. Set up stuff like this to represent buildings or whatnot. Or you can actually use buildings, trees, different sites, design different stuff. And you guys using dice and a tape measure to move your guys, you battle it out on a table. Now, tabletop games, they got something for everyone. You got everything going back to all the battles in history, to fantasy, which we're going to talk about today, Lord of the Rings. You even got modern, like real world, like now, modern, where you can do like police, good guys, bad guys, police. You could use everyday stuff. What else we got? We got the army, and we also have stuff from TV shows. Frankenstein, Jason, Friday the 13th. They got him. They got books to go with him to show you how to play, or companions you could call it. Yeah, they have something for everyone. It's crazy. But we're not going to get into all of it today. Today we are going to focus on Games Workshop. That's one of my favorite companies. And they have 3 different games right now. Well, 4, but I'll get to that in a second. So first we have Warhammer 40,000. Alright, Warhammer 40,000 comes 3 starter boxes. Alright, and I'm going to show you the pictures as we talk about it. So I'm not going to go too into it today. Today I'm just going to give you like just the rundown. So Warhammer 40,000, first is the Recruit Edition, and here's the picture. That's $50. It gives you everything you need for 2 people to start a game. Each one gets a team, and you get everything that you need, rulebook, all the stuff to learn, and then start a battle. Then we have the Elite Edition, which is $100. Then we have the Command Edition, which is $165. Now also, Warhammer, I'm just going to say with Warhammer, a battle can last anywhere from, or a campaign, it could just be a skirmish, where me versus you, we battle, whoever first one to eliminate the other side's army wins. Or you could do missions, or you could do a campaign, where you have a backstory and everything, and that could go anywhere from a couple hours to a couple of days to a couple of weeks, depending on how in depth you want to get. And it's really, here you go. Picture Dungeons and Dragons, except instead of paper pencil, you have miniatures and you have a full battlefield. You got buildings and everything. When I say buildings and stuff, picture a trade set with the town and the buildings, the trees, the grass, all that. The stuff that you would use to build a world for your trains, you'll use that same stuff to play this game. In fact, when I played, when I used to play, some of the stuff that I got from Train Store. Like the grass, the stuff to represent the grass, the dirt, the snow, sand, gravel, roads, all that stuff. Alright, so those are the 3 starter sets for Warhammer 40,000. Then we have Lord of the Rings. Now, Lord of the Rings, there's not... So I looked online. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. It's like whenever I want to do a video and I start to talk, my throat gets dry. Alright, so Lord of the Rings Tabletop from Games Workshop came out when the movies came out. Back then. Back, early 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, even 2004, because that was when I was playing this, maybe even 2000. They had Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King, they had The Hobbit, they had all that. I played when it was The Fellowship and The Two Towers. Return of the King, I think I had some stuff. I was more into Warhammer than Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings was cool. So when I went on Games Workshop to see what they have, the only starter set they have is called Battle of Pelennor. Pelennor. Here's the picture. It's $158. I did not see a lot of stuff with Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings is dying out with Games Workshop. I don't think it's as huge as it was, because back then the movies were new. The Hobbit no one even knew they were making the Hobbit movie. So back then it was bigger than it is now. I mean, if you like Lord of the Rings, go for it. If you and your friends want to, they got the books, you can probably find the original starter sets on Amazon or eBay. Shouldn't be too hard. But, or your local store, Undiscovered Realms. They are big on Games Workshop products. Definitely check them out, online or in person. Alright, then we have Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Stormstrike is their first set, $40. Tempest of Souls $80. If you want it with the paint, $120. Because now remember, these guys come, you got to put them together, and they do not come painted. So you got to put everything together using X-Acto knife and super glue. And then you don't have to paint them right away, but painting them is a lot of fun. Then you get the paint. So with paint, it's $120. Then you have Soul Wars, which is $160. Here's a picture for that. All right. Now, we are going to talk about, so next week, I'm going to go over the armies for Warhammer. Talk about that. Next week, next week's going to be a long one, because I'm going to dedicate a lot of it to this, because there's a lot we could cover. And then we'll also talk about Horde and Alliance, which is another, it has nothing to do with Games Workshop. It's like Warhammer, but it's its own company. We'll talk about that. And then also, you have Warhammer 40,000, and then you have the original Warhammer. Now, the original Warhammer before 40,000, they stopped making it. Age of Sigmar is the new one. But the original Warhammer was, it was interesting. The only thing I didn't like about it was that, and I'll show you a picture of it. This is the original Warhammer. They came on trays, they were all bunched together, and they all moved as one. Where Warhammer, they are their own units. Your unit has to stay a certain amount of feet from each other. Like, they have to be close. But then you got guys that could go solo and do their own thing. The original Warhammer, you could not. Everyone was bunched together. I did not like that. Because you needed a decent-sized battlefield to play that. But we are going to get more into tabletop games next week. I promise you that. Alright. So, and then also, I'm going to post a picture. Games Workshop also has a football game. Alright? Tabletop football game. Alright? I've never played it, but it looks really cool. Here is a picture of it. And then I will get more into that next week. Alright? So next week's episode of NerdTalk is going to be big on tabletop. Alright? We'll talk about military. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of different ones. Now we have Funko Pop. Alright? Because, there's always something new coming out for Funko. Alright, so we only have one thing to talk about with Funko, surprisingly. And here's the picture. Selena. So we were talking about Selena. It's coming out in the new year. I love Selena. I love her music. I love the movie. She's awesome. Phenomenal. So, Selena, you're going to have a glitter pop, Diamond Funko exclusive, and a Diamond Hot Topic exclusive. You can see in the picture. Alright. And then we are going to talk about comic book rundown. Before we get into that, so there was what else did I want to talk about? Never mind. I think that was it. Okay. I thought there was something else I wanted to talk about, but there we go. So we are going to do comics. Alright, here we go, guys. You ready? Comic book rundown. DC, Batman 104. Thor number 10. Daredevil number 25. Strange Adventures number 7. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 21. King in Black number 1. Hellions number 7. Batman Catwoman number 1. Deceased Dead Planet number 6. X Factor number 5. Savage Avengers number 15. Tales from the Dark Multiverse War of the Gods number 1. Black Widow number 4. Far Sector number 9. Batman The Adventure Continues number 7. Firepower number 6. Justice League Endless Winter number 1. Champions number 3. The Walking Dead Deluxe number 4. Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 20, The Union number 1, The Boys, Dear Becky number 7, Atlantis Attacks number 5, The Texas Blood number 6, The Dreaming Waking Hours number 5, Null Marvel Tales number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog number 35, Metal Man number 12, Spy Island number 4, Red Sonjai number 22, Unearthed number 8, Inkblot number 4, Fantastic Four Road Trip number 1, Hellboy in the BPRD, Her Fatal Hour and Ascending number 1, Civil War Marvel Snapshots number 1, MODOK, MODOK, Head Games number 1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, JENNIKA 2, number 2, Dead Body Road, Bad Blood number 6, Vampire the Masquerade number 5, Stranger Things and Dungeons & Dragons number 2, The Orville number 4, Erratic number 1, DC Classics The Batman Adventure number 7, Heavy number 3, Sacred 6 number 5, 2000 AD number 2210, Knock 'em Dead number 1, Red Atlantis number 2, Betty Page number 4, Overwatch Tracer London : number 1, Backtrack number 9, Happy Hour number 2, Night of the Golden Sun number 8, DRYAD number 7, Corpa number 38, Lumberjams and December number 1, Overwatch Tracer London : number 3, Bella Targeted Prey number 1, Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comic Digest number 289, Laurel and Hardy Christmas Follies number 1, Miranda in the Maelstrom number 2, Sasquatch in Love number 2, Edgeworld number 3, The Phantom 1881, COVID Chronicles number 1, I'm not even surprised, Marvel Troyals Dan on X-Men number 2, WoW Comics number 4, Career Girl Romance number 37, FABRICARI number 1, Fabricar number 2, Fabricar number 3, and Femma Force number 44. That is the comic book rundown. Alright, so, not a long one today, but I promise you next week is going to be great because we'll be spending a lot of time with Tabletop. And then the week after that, I want to get into talk about D&D. And we'll be getting close to the new year. So I'll be talking about Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. Well, Magic, we already know what's going on to the new year. We'll do Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright guys, thank you for watching. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. And again, Facebook, I only accept requests from family and friends. That's my personal account. I do not have a Fantasy Nerd Facebook page yet. So, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You guys can follow me on there, and there we go. So, thank you, and check out the next video, which is going to be the unboxing for the Elder Scrolls Loot Crate box. Alright guys, be safe, stay nerdy, stay blessed, and always, always, always drink Monster.